You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
Uh-oh. Weird.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure.
I am the Snow White now.
And so when I got to set and I saw how funny it was, I wasn't surprised. But I think audiences will be surprised.
It's the latest rallying cry for millions of moviegoers.
Chicken jockey!
Those two little words sending teenage fans of a Minecraft movie into a frenzy, resulting in screaming, popcorn throwing, and soda flying through the air. In at least one case, the police have gotten involved, escorting some of the offenders out of theaters.
And then listen to how loud it is from the outside.
Now let's get the latest on the disaster that is Disney's reimagining of Snow White.
This thing is an absolute disaster, all right? An absolute disaster. This is an absolute calamity. This is a catastrophe. This is a tragedy, an apocalypse, an accident, a fatality, a debacle. This is a casualty. This is a cataclysm, a crash, a collapse, an upheaval, a meltdown, a misfortune, Armageddon, doomsday.
Is that it can be scientifically proven. Did people wait in line to see Rachel Zegler? Well, Rachel Zegler was able to find that out herself and put it on film.
Tickets, please.
Oh, for which movie?
Why would you post this? You know, you don't have to post it. It's bad content. So this is Rachel Zegler and her dirtbag group of friends holding up popcorn and soda cups with her face on it. Why would anybody want to eat off that? I don't know. Certified too. And scowling, she's the only person in line. The guy taking the tickets doesn't know her, which is an extra added insult.
When we look, you can see families were more than willing to go to the box office to support something like the Minecraft movie, while Rachel Zegler's Snow White continues to plunge.
Its opening weekend globally got 344 million.
Literally the only person there. And do you not understand how humiliating this is?
There's no way that Snow White is going to recover.
Rachel Zegler learned that your star can fall about as fast as it rises. Here's a photo of Rachel Zegler taken today. Okay. Looking like a complete slob. Hungover as hell. Wobbling around after Disney loses hundreds of millions of dollars, and she is to blame.
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina. Recently, something big happened in Hollywood. And no, it's not a sweet Disney story with a happy ending. It's actually the new Minecraft movie that surprised everyone. It became a huge hit and completely outshined Disney's new Snow White remake, which many people felt wasn't very good.
What kind of core customer base Disney has versus what Warner Brothers has right now, and exactly how each business, how each studio is doing things differently on a very wide scale.
There was a time when Disney ruled the box office, so you'd think they'd give us another magical princess movie, right? Well, think again. Instead of something enchanting, we got a total mess, so confusing and disappointing that it makes you wonder if the people running Disney are completely lost touch with what the audience actually wants.
This is not Snow White, but this is the movie that they made. And it's like, oh yeah, she's gonna be a girl boss, she's gonna liberate her kingdom. Well, congratulations, you played yourself. This is what you get when you try to push feminism and bullshit girl boss moves on the people. The people ain't rocking with it.
At the center of all this is Rachel Zegler, who many see as loud and entitled. But before we dive in, don't forget to like and subscribe. Unlike Rachel, I know I'm nothing without your support. Now, back to the story. If you're wondering who Rachel is, you're not the only one. She was promoted as the next big star by some so-called marketing expert, but she really messed up the movie's promotion. While she was busy giving lectures on how to modernize a classic princess story, the Minecraft movie, with its blocky characters, creepers, pigs, and pickaxes, blew past her film in ticket sales like it was on rocket fuel.
In 3 days. Okay. What does that mean? It means that in its second weekend, domestically, Minecraft is now anticipated to make more money than Snow White has entirely domestically. Every single day Snow White has been out, it has made less money than Minecraft will make this weekend.
But that's not all. Stick around, because what happened behind the scenes of this Disney disaster might just shock you. You'd think the company that basically invented turning fairy tales into movie magic could easily handle a simple remake of a classic. But instead of sticking to the formula that worked for decades, Disney took a strange new direction. The result? A version of Snow White so different and gloomy, it feels more like a dark sci-fi movie than a magical fairy tale.
This movie is an absolute disaster. It is one of the biggest disasters we have ever seen. A princess joins forces with 7 dwarves and a group of rebels to liberate her kingdom from her cruel stepmother, the evil queen. What movie is this, Disney? What the hell is y'all trying to pull on us? This ain't Snow White.
Apparently, the bigwigs at Disney thought that casting someone with a strong voice, both on and off screen, would somehow bring the brand back to life. But, wow, did that plan backfire? Instead of capturing Snow White's sweet and pure charm, they turned her into, how can I say this nicely, a preachy, better-than-thou lecture machine. Meanwhile, over in the world of Minecraft, the movie had an opening weekend that far exceeded expectations, rumored to nearly double the best-case ticket sales predictions. Why? Because the filmmakers actually listened to their audience. What a novel idea, right?
The box office needs it. Minecraft figured it out. They said, hey, let's just make movies for the people that's going to come and see this movie. Yeah, I had said this yesterday. Warner Brothers is doing something unthinkable in Hollywood, listening to their audience and making money. What a concept, right? What a concept. You're actually just going to listen to your fans and do what they ask you to do. You know, and that's all they had to do over there at Disney.
I don't know about you, but when I watch a princess story, I'm not really looking for a boring lecture about how outdated fairy tales are. But that's pretty much what we got from Ms. Zegler, who seemed to love lecturing into any microphone she could find. Instead of celebrating the original Snow White, she spent most of her time criticizing it. Is it any surprise fans didn't rush to see the film? I know I wouldn't, especially after hearing how she trashed the original. It was just strange.
I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird.
Super weird.
So we didn't do that this time.
Weird. Okay, weird.
Weird.
What? I'm sorry. I mean, what?
If Disney was aiming for a box office disaster, they definitely followed the best How to Fail guide. The marketing made it sound like they were reimagining the classic for a new generation, but when it actually came out, it felt more like they were ignoring everything that made the original so beloved and then turning around and telling the audience they were outdated if they didn't approve.
Bob Iger is extremely incompetent. He is very stubborn as a CEO. He lies to both the shareholders and the customers, hence why I like to call him Bob Liger. And the lies continue. We know that Bob Iger is continuing to go on the damage control train related to Snow White.
And Rachel? It's like she walked straight into a social media minefield. Every interview, every tweet, every public appearance felt less like promoting the movie and more like telling the audience they were problematic if they didn't agree with their bold choices. That's a sure way to alienate half your fan base before the movie even hits theaters. Meanwhile, the Minecraft team was out there, high-fiving fans on Twitter, sharing funny behind-the-scenes videos, and celebrating the very things that made the game iconic. Just a mention of Chicken Jockey alone was enough to completely overshadow Snow White's entire movie.
It's the latest rallying cry for millions of moviegoers.
Chicken jockey!
Those 2 little words sending teenage fans of a Minecraft movie into a frenzy, resulting in screaming, popcorn throwing, and soda flying through the air. In at least one case, the police have gotten involved. escorting some of the offenders out of theaters.
It's almost like respecting your source material and your audience actually leads to success. Shocking, right? Now, here's where it gets truly hilarious to the House of Rats. Oops, I mean mouse. People have even joked that they'd rather sit through a 2-hour tutorial on how to craft a diamond sword in Minecraft and listen to one more smug monologue from a new Snow White. That's the level of comedic meltdown we're dealing with here. Is it harsh? Maybe. Am I laughing anyway? Absolutely. There's a certain kind of cosmic justice in watching a giant corporation that thought they could talk down to audiences get completely overshadowed by an animated pickaxe.
Man, Warner Brothers just said, why don't we just do this? Let's find out what Minecraft fans are going to be like. What do they like? What do they enjoy? And let's just throw that on the screen. Like, I mean, the critics are like ripping this movie apart. They're saying it's trash. They're saying it's horrible. Yeah, the audience seems to disagree.
Disney might want to think about stepping down from its high horse. Or better yet, maybe they can borrow a horse from Minecraft. At least that one's got a passionate fan base behind it. Let's be real. We can't blame all of Disney's problems on one person. But let's also be honest. Ms. Zegler didn't do the movie any favors. Whether it was mocking the original cartoon or acting like any criticism of the remake was a personal attack, her approach was about as charming as a sandpaper hug. Fans remember the classic Snow White as sweet, pure-hearted, and kind. Instead, we got a lead actress telling everyone that if they disagreed with her, they just didn't understand it. Talk about winning hearts and minds, right? Meanwhile, the voice actors from the Minecraft movie were busy hopping on social media to thank fans, post funny videos, and even join in fan discussions. It's called connecting with the audience, Rachel, not lecturing them.
Disney is smart, but they're stupid at the same time because they still aren't going to connect to the fans the way they need to. Kind of like the way Minecraft did. I want y'all to check this out, man. Every time we come back to Minecraft, this number just keeps growing.
Picture the average Minecraft gamer. They are building entire kingdoms, discovering hidden caves, and maybe occasionally screaming when a creeper pops up. The game encourages creativity, teamwork, and a sense of adventure. So, when a Minecraft movie drops, people expect to see that same fun, possibility, and collaboration on screen. And that's exactly what they got. No lectures about social issues, no scolding about how the old game was too simple. Just a fun, heartwarming adventure with blocky heroes doing the things players love. Exploring, surviving, crafting, and yes, occasionally running from exploding green monsters. It's like the filmmakers said, we get what makes Minecraft special, and we want to honor that. Meanwhile, Disney's busy trying to fix a classic that wasn't broken in the first place. If you want to keep fans engaged, maybe don't insult the original story or treat your audience like they are stuck in past.
It's turned over 157 million while earning another 144 million internationally. The Minecraft video game was introduced in 2011 and sold more than 300 million copies. It actually has a fan base, user base, people that care about it. In theory, Snow White should as well. Snow White's the movie that made Disney, the studio. They should have been more cautious and careful with their own IP. It's $1 billion IP. The Disney Snow White, faithfully adapted, would have made $1 billion.
Let's take a moment to appreciate the comedic irony. The same Disney that once amazed us with fairy tale magic is now, how do I put this politely, losing the magic. The Snow White remake was meant to be a bold, progressive statement, but it ended up looking more like a misguided rant against its own heritage. In interviews, Zegler and the team kept insisting that the original was outdated and that they were redefining the princess archetype. But guess what? People actually like the original. That's why it's called a classic. Ironically, their attempt to modernize ended up feeling as out of date as a flip phone on its last legs. Talk about a comedic backfire of epic proportions. Meanwhile, the Minecraft team had one simple mission. Keep it fun, stay true to the source, and make sure families could enjoy it. And guess what? They nailed it. Disney might want to take notes. If they can bring themselves to watch a pixelated success that's demolishing their so-called sophisticated remake. Now, let's talk about why Minecraft resonates so strongly. It's a game where you dig up dirt and punch trees to gather resources. Sounds silly, right? But that's the beauty of it. The freedom. You can build mansions in the sky, craft potions in hidden caves, or create entire minigames with friends. The possibilities are endless, and that joy translates seamlessly into a movie about adventure, discovery, and the fun of a blocky world. Disney, on the other hand, took a story about kindness, optimism and love overcoming evil and tried to make it seem outdated and irrelevant. If Snow White was truly that ancient, maybe they should have skipped the remake altogether. But no, they pushed ahead, and now they are paying for it with disappointing box office returns. Meanwhile, the Minecraft hype train just keeps on rolling. The film has exceeded expectations, merchandise is flying off shelves, and the fans are ecstatic. Audiences are craving fun, escapist adventures, especially when the alternatives are lecturing princess or depressing rehash of a half-baked remake. In closing, if you ever needed proof that big budgets and shiny legacy IPs don't guarantee success, just look at the Snow White flop and Minecraft's meteoric rise. A once unstoppable studio is stumbling over its misguided attempt to update a beloved classic, while a pixelated underdog stands tall. So, dear viewers, buckle up because this could be just the beginning. More surprises could be in store. Who knows what Hollywood's next wild ride will look like? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you want more industry breakdowns, hilarious box office showdowns, and all the juicy scoops you won't hear from a mainstream hype machine. Because if there's one thing this whole fiasco proves, it's that the truth behind these blockbuster battles is wilder than any fairy tale, and far more entertaining. Until next time, stay tuned, stay safe, and stay informed, only on Tea Time with Tina.